anything. I can't hear anything. Okay.
Other games going on today.
I got you on camera.
Heidelberg is a very balanced offense. For them, it'll just be a matter of throwing hot lines offense around this. Which is really capable of being able to score all season long.
Yeah, and Heidelberg does have some size, so one of the smaller kind of guard teams, so they're going to have to box out.
Another big key, I think, for Otterbein on this one, they really shoot about 30% from three. Their ability to space the floor and create and get open jumpers and get those looks to go with that huge in this one.
Let's go, Otterbein!
Heidelberg, and we are just about set for basketball here today at the Rike Center. The Cardinals looking for their first victory on the year.
What camera number am I?
It's up. And it's underway.
Yeah, but it's
Cardinals here.
Don't say anything.
Watson kicks it over for Howard on the left one. Here, Ben here. Swing it over to the left side. He's got it. Just drive on it. That's good work. Back over to the right side. Picks it up. 3-point shot on the way. Benny. Howard goes right side. Averaging just about 4 points a contest this season. Benson. Watson kicks it over. It's one of the Cardinals this season. He started out against Carter. Sets things up back over to Watson. Kicks it to Carter. 3-point shot away from the corner.
Hey, when I zoom in, the camera is cutting out the basket. Okay. It felt stuck at first. It moved stuck.
I don't think on that last possession. That's what we don't see enough of with this Cardinals. It's good ball movement. That's the young thing.
Roger.
Big game this one. The offense is not being stagnant. Got to mix up points as well as they do. It's Norris Howard. He's got it on the right side. Howard drives the basket. Lay up the left by Justin Carter. Averaging a little under 4 in the game. Watson tries to go to the left. First point guard Columbus, High School. Point guard this year, I think it's been a rather inconsistent position for the Cardinals as they've had multiple players inserted into the starting point guard role, and Coach Euler just hasn't been able to
Like you said, it's only his second start.
Other than Corey Howard and Dave Watson, like I said, they've been their point guard rotation this year, but they're having to fix on one that has proven to be better than the rest. Tries to try baseline. That's a mid-range shot away.
This?
No, the cable.
To try and get 3-pointer on the way.
It's a button push down and pull out.
Moxley will try his luck at a 3-pointer. Watson tries to go to work. Back over to Carter. Carter thought about the good pass. here. An entirely new look, actually, with 5 new players off the bench. This is Josh Dixon, the sophomore guard out of Lima, Ohio. Back over to Schuler. Schuler inside to the big man, Mike Mason, a 6'8" senior out of Cleveland. Mason goes to work. Tough shot, goes up, fouled, and one. Put the foul on Connor Clark. A tough look there, and he'll have an opportunity for one more at the line.
Yeah, and he's always going to be one of the biggest men on the floor, so you got to make sure you keep him out of the paint in order to kind of limit his offense in this game.
Anytime you have 2 guys who are 6'8" or bigger that you can rotate in and out, it creates problems, especially in terms of trying to score inside. You notice Otterbein not attacking the basket as much in this one. They're taking jumpers, they're making the jumpers, but anytime you have 2 interior presences like they do, it can be tough. As Cam Arminio checking into the game now for the Cardinals. Missed most of the season due to injury. As Justin Carter swings it over Corey Howard left side. Howard tries to go to work. Kicks it back out to Watson. Now 13 on the shot clock. Watson dumps it into Carter. Carter's got to do something with it. He posts up on Mason. Step back jumper from the free throw line. Got it to go. Good looking shot there by Carter. As give Justin Carter 5 points now in this one. Heidelberg will set things up left side. Try to go to work here. Out to Schuler. Schuler thought about the 3, passed up on it. Guarded closely by Arminio. Drives inside. Layup no good. Good defense by Connor Clark as Corey Howard pushes in transition. Howard tries to go to work, goes inside, and he is fearless attacking the basket as he gets the deuce there.
That's very good to see. When you have the opportunity to run in offense and run in transition, you want to make sure you take advantage of that.
That's one thing Otterbein doesn't typically do a lot is run in transition. They like to set up the offense as they dump it inside, and that's Mike Mason with an easy basket on that one. Can't let him get those types of looks. As Corey Howard goes into the left side. Howard, as we mentioned, in just his 2nd start of the season. Gabe Watson back over to Carter. Carter will try his luck deep. Will not go. Rebound Mike Mason. Student Princess will push now. Josh Dixon with it right side. Mason gives it back to him. Screen there. Off the pick. Dixon covered now by Clark. They get it inside.
Yeah, it's
Mason.
definitely a mismatch.
But good defense there. And as you said, Corey Howard trying to defend Mike Mason. Not the ideal defensive scheme that you want if you're the Cardinals. Howard gets an open look. Good fake to free himself up for the 3-pointer. It's good. And Coach Andy Buhai has seen enough. He will call a timeout as the Cardinals have come out firing in this one with an 18-16 advantage with 12:51 left here in half number 1.
Yeah, and both these teams are shooting a very high percentage here in the first half, with Heidelberg shooting just over 77% and Otterbein shooting just over 54.5% here. So we'll be looking forward to see how they continue to either shoot that high percentage or if one of these teams is going to eventually miss some shots and play some lockdown defense.
Well, everyone's pitching in so far for the Cardinals as 5 players have now scored. Justin Carter and Corey Howard, the team's 2 leading scorers, both with 5 points here early on. And it's good to see this Otterbein offense flowing free and easy, as there have been many points this season where they've looked very stagnant. They haven't been able to move the ball as well, haven't got the good looks that they want. And this is a team that has proven capable of being able to knock down those shots consistently. But again, it's a matter of just getting those open shots.
Yeah, and like you said, a lot of times the Cardinals like to set up their half-court offense rather than run in transition. And a lot of things today is here they're running in transition. They're taking advantage of those easy baskets. As you see, looking like a turnover here by Heidelberg.
Looked like a over and back call as Mike Mason threw it away. Again, good defense by the Cardinals in this one, but we'll see here as Matt Hughes, a 6'5" senior, checks in. Will he be able to contain Mike Mason down low? It's going to be a big key as Heidelberg definitely has the size advantage in their lineups.
Yeah, it would be very difficult for the Cardinals to play some small ball here with those 2 big men that the Heidelberg has down low.
And again, if you're going to play small ball, you're going to have to be able to knock down jumpers consistently and be able to space the floor, as Hunter Dennison's in the game now. Maurice Beavers tries to go to work. So freshman checks in. Cam Arminio now in the game. Arminio swings it out to Springer. Springer drives right side. Kick over to Hughes. Hughes back to Beavers in the corner. 15 on the shot clock. Beavers swings it to Springer. Springer dumps it inside. Matt Hughes. They got to go to work. Matt Hughes, mid-range jumper falling away, will not go. And the Student Princess will now push in transition. Davey Hipp, the freshman guard out of Shelby, Ohio, fades away, mid-range shot, bad look there, and threw up an air ball. You'll take that look if you're Otterbein just about any time. Good defense there. Matt Hughes able to save it. Austin Springer. Springer, open mid-range jumper. Got it to go. Good dribble penetration, leading to the basket.
Yeah, continue good ball movement here for 2 straight plays here.
Student Princess will set things up again. It's going to be Josh Dixon right side. Back over to Davey Hip. Hip can't get anything going. In the corner now, Michael Schuler. Schuler's got to do something here. Mike Mason. Mason will try his luck with a mid-range. Will not go. Maurice Beavers snags the rebound, and Hunter Dennison will push. And you'll live with that every time if you're the Cardinals, him taking jumpers.
Yeah, you definitely want to keep him out of the paint because he's definitely a force to be reckoned with down there.
Austin Springer now on the left side. Springer gets it over to Dennison. Dennison to Beavers. Beavers thought about the 3 but passed up on it. Now 12 on the shot clock. Dennison trying to set things up. Hughes out to Beavers. Beavers, he'll try his luck. 3-pointer, got it to go. And the Cardinals are feeling it here early. That's their 4th 3-pointer of the afternoon. They're now 4-7 from deep.
Yeah, shooting well over 50%, so some very good shooting here by the Cardinals tonight.
Davey Hip will set things up. Otterbein with an early 23-16 lead halfway through the first half. Davey Hip drives and scores. A much-needed bucket there for Heidelberg to try to stop the momentum. They still trail by 5 here. Maurice Beavers gets it over to Austin Springer. Springer tries to drive. He's cut off. He'll get it back to Hunter Dennison. He'll reset things offensively. Dennison tries to go to work. Inside, Matt Hughes. Hughes spins off, fell down. There's a tangle on the floor now, and they will call a travel. Ball goes back to Heidelberg, and that's one thing that Otterbein has had the advantage with so far this season, or this game, excuse me. They have not turned the ball over as much.
Yeah, they've they've taken care of the ball on offense. They've moved the ball very well, and they find the open man. And they haven't really been taking bad shots, so it's been very good offensively here for the Cardinals, as they're up 23-18 here.
Offensively speaking, they're on pace to put up about 90, 100 points if they keep this up, as shooting again, like you said, both teams on fire start this one off. 8 of 12 for Heidelberg, 9 of 15 for Otterbein. The offense is flowing free and easy. I mean, Heidelberg is usually able to do just that. Again, like you mentioned, there's 4 guys on this team who put up double-digit scoring, so Heidelberg's got a very balanced attack, but we were looking at, would Otterbein be able to do that? Would this offense be able to get things going and keep up with this Heidelberg team? And so far, so good.
Yeah, so far I think they're doing a very good job of that. On the season, the Cardinals only average a very low 67 points per game, and they're on par to overpass that. So
absolutely,
we'll see if they'll continue to push the ball and make good decisions here on offense and play good defense here and shut down the Heidelberg.
James Hanley. Heidelberg now in the corner, 3-point shot on the way, got it to go, as Kier Benny checks back into the game, as Heidelberg putting their starters back in. As it's now a 23-21 game here, halfway through half number 1. Maurice Beavers. Let's see if Otterbein can handle the press. Springer, double team, stolen from behind. That was Kier Benny stepping up on the defensive end as well. He tries to go to work, drives on Springer. Benny goes up, blocked by Springer. Good defensive play there. Ball deflected out of bounds, and it'll go to the Cardinals.
Yeah, the Heidelberg loves to run that full court press, so the Cardinals have to make sure they're able to break that every time and not turn the ball over, and also be able to make sure that they get in their offense very quickly so they don't drain the shot clock like they normally do. And
Beavers throws it away. Here. 3-point shot on the way now is good. That was James Hanley, and Heidelberg's now got the lead. And this is one thing that will be big. How will the Cardinals respond to this pressure? Will they be able to beat this press? And this is where having a definitive point guard, a definitive ball handler comes in handy. And the Cardinals haven't really had much of that this season.
Yeah, and right now you only have one really true point guard here on the floor, and he has the ball right now setting up the offense. So
Hunter Dennison gets a screen from Maurice Beavers. Beavers gets over to Springer. Springer over to Cam Arminio. Thought about a 3, passed up on it. He tries to drive. He dumps inside. Good pass to Matt Hughes. Hughes goes up. Kick out. Beavers, 3-point shot on the way. Will not go.
Got to go straight up with that one if you're Matt Hughes, if you're down that low.
I was going to say he was wide open, but pump fake too many times.
Yeah, when you got 2 shot blockers down there in the paint that Heidelberg has, that could scare you sometimes.
Absolutely. Intimidating presences down low, especially Prince Benson, who has checked back into the game, as Maurice Beavers sets things up now. Back over to Hunter Dennison. Dennison pressured at half court by Kier Benny. Dennison over to Matt Hughes. Hughes goes up on Benson. He was fouled, and he'll have a chance for 2 at the line.
So that's how you want to attack a shot blocker, is you want to go right into his chest, and you want to make him feel you so he doesn't want to attack you defensively the next time around.
Another thing with Prince Benson, you want to get him up in the air. Obviously, being as elite of a shot blocker as he is, you want to get him up in the air, get him off his feet, and then force a foul. Get him in foul trouble. As Matt Hughes heads to the line, first free throw is up and good. And we are tied at 24 here with 8.5 minutes left in half number 1 as Corey Howard and Nick Kuntz checking back into the game for the Cardinals.
Yeah, you want to put the pressure on the referee because you want to go into the defender and force the ref to either make the call or make the non-call, which you may argue with.
Matt Hughes in his senior season averaging 5 points a game in 15 minutes of contest knocks both the free throws down to give Otterbein the lead. They get it inside, Prince Benson. Benson covered by Hughes. Miscommunication between the student princes there, and it's another Heidelberg turnover. That is their 6th on the afternoon. Not typical for the student princes, being as good of an offense as they are. Corey Howard, pressured now by Kier Benny. They get it over to Beavers. Beavers back over to Nick Kuntz. Kuntz with 3 in this one. Sets things up. Over to Hunter Dennison in the corner. Dennison skips it over to Kuntz left side. Back over Dennison. Dennison floats one up. Will not go, and Benson grabs the rebound. Benson, that's just his first rebound in the game, and obviously surprising given that he is 6'9".
Yeah, and the Cardinals actually still lead the rebounding advantage right now, 9-7, so.
It's definitely surprising given the size mismatch between these two squads.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Maurice Beavers over to Matt Hughes. Hughes pressured, tried to back cut it over to Maurice Beavers, but threw it away. In transition, here comes Chris Moxley. Moxley goes up and looks like a push foul. I think they're going to get Corey Howard with that one. And Zach, what are your overall thoughts on this game from Otterbein's perspective so far?
Well, they're definitely taking good shots, and they're moving the ball very well here in the first half. And a lot of times that's not what they do. As we've talked about earlier, they like to set up their offense and kind of drain the shot clock, and they eventually take a bad shot because of that. But I think they're taking very good shots, and they're moving the ball very well tonight.
Nice back cut inside. Layup is good for James Hanley, and that's too easy. As Hunter Dennison pressured hard by Chris Moxley. Dennison skips it up to Justin Carter. They get it into the corner. Matt Hughes thought about a 3, but passed up on it. Hughes instead takes a mid-range jumper, can't get it to go. I feel like Matt Hughes should have taken that 3-pointer there.
Yeah, that's the second shot now. He's reconsidered that one in the paint earlier as well.
And that's too easy of a bucket for Prince Benson. He had Hunter Dennison on him, a clear mismatch, and he gets the easy deuce inside to give the student Princes a 3-point advantage here. Matt Hughes tries to go to work. Hughes gets it to Dennison. And that's the thing with Otterbein. Once they beat the press, I think they're okay, but it's just a matter of getting the ball in the hands of somebody who can beat the press and get it up court for them.
Yeah, and it depends how quick they're able to get into their offense. As you see now, they're in single digits, and they turn the ball over because of it.
Here, Benny running the fast break, 2-on-1. Benny goes up, layup is good.
And you can't allow that fast break offense to destroy your defense here if you're the Cardinals, as Heidelberg is taking the lead now with 30-25 advantage.
A quick 6-0 run here for the student Princes, and that leads Coach Euler to take a timeout. 6:19 left to go here in half number 1, with the student Princes holding a 30-25 advantage over the Otterbein Cardinals. And again, Otterbein's starting to turn the ball over a little more now, and I think that's a direct product of that full court press. I think Heidelberg getting a little bit more of a sense of urgency defensively, just trying to force Otterbein into making mistakes and getting them out of their offensive rhythm.
Yeah, I think another thing it could be is also the fact that a lot of this Cardinal offense is a lot of freshmen, so they have a lot of inexperience. Or also, if you have upperclassmen here in this lineup, they haven't played a lot of minutes this season. So a lot of times they get in these situations in the season where they're getting close games and they don't have the experience, so they don't really know how to handle the experience, and they eventually blow the game and turn the ball over and make bad decisions, which eventually cause them to lose the game.
Another thing that I was definitely looking at before this game was, would this team be able to stop Heidelberg's leading scorers, or at least be able to contain them? And as far as that goes, Kier Benny has had his way so far in this one. He's shooting 3 of 4 from the field, 2 of 2 from downtown. He's already got 8.
Yeah, he's taking some very good shots, and as you said, he's the leading scorer on this team, averaging just over 15 points a game. So got to make sure you're not going to be able to shut him down, but you got to make sure you force him to take tough shots so that you can make sure that he doesn't run the score up on you and continue to score and take easy shots.
Same thing goes with Prince Benson as well. I mean, you talked about how he's 6'9", obviously a very intimidating presence down low, but would Otterbein have the size to slow him down as Chris Moxley gets the steal from Justin Carter and pushes. They kick it out. They get it over to Benson. Benson dumps it inside. This is Kier Benny, covered by Corey Howard. Goes up, layup will not go. Ball is fought for though. And there is a tangle on the floor now. And it looks like possession will go to Otterbein off the jump ball. And that was Myron Prewitt, excuse me, on that post up. But again, good defense there by the Cardinals, but got a little lucky there on that layup.
Yeah, and here you see that full court press again, so let's see if they can beat it and not turn the ball over this possession.
Gabe Watson now in the game at point guard. Corey Howard also out there as well. Howard pressured by Benny. Howard sets things up right side. Gets it over to Gabe Watson. Watson sets things up top of the key.
Yeah, and you have plenty of times. You don't want to take a bad shot here. Get into your offense and take a good, clean shot.
Otterbein running their motion offense now. Connor Clark tries to go to work. Clark goes up, left hand, nice shot over Benson. Good left-handed hook shot on that one as Justin Carter got a little too antsy on defense on the inbound and is hit with a foul. And that could just be a matter of frustration, but it's also a good energy. You know, having good energy defensively there for Carter. I mean, this Otterbein team, they want this game. You can definitely tell that.
Yeah, it's one of the few times, like I said earlier, that I've seen a lot of passion and a lot of energy from the Cardinals this season. So,
having an 0-18 record, that can certainly lead to some frustration on the court as the Student Princes set things back up. Here, Benny covered by Nick Kuntz. He gets it inside. Benson will try his luck at a mid-range jumper and got it to go. And anytime he's hitting those, you're in trouble. As Otterbein able to beat the press here, Nick Kuntz runs things. 2-on-1 now, floater, up and in.
And that's one thing you want to do. If you see someone open down the floor on a full court press, you want to make sure you take advantage and push the tempo there.
James Hanley gets it back over to Benson. Benson dumps inside. That was Prewitt, and a foul is on the floor. That foul going to go against Justin Carter, and he's quickly picked up 2 fouls here late in the first half. Seems like Heidelberg's got kind of a 10-man rotation here as a full-scale substitution.
Yeah, and I was actually just about to mention that. It seems like every time Heidelberg makes a sub change, it's a continuous motion between their starters and their backups. So
a little bit of a platoon system by Coach Buhai as they inbound it. Bailey Croft in the game now. Croft, right-handed hook shot is good as the freshman from Spencerville, Ohio. And again, he's 6'6", and Mike Mason's 6'8". Again, it's a big size advantage for the Student Princes.
Yeah, and that was good defense there by Justin Carter. So you can live with that shot as long as you play good defense and you make the shot tough.
Gabe Watson goes up, goes right at Mike Mason. Can't get it to go, though. Ball fought for, picked up by Connor Clark. Clark, good hustle there to get it back over. Clark is down, though.
Yeah, he got
Nick
kicked in the head.
Three-pointer, got it to go. And looks like Clark's, oh, no, he's bleeding.
Yeah,
I don't think he knows hard out of his
He doesn't know it, yeah.
right eye, and this crowd is noticing it. And, oh, man, that does not look good.
Yeah, when he went down, he got kicked in the head, but you like that energy to make sure that you want to dive on the floor, get those floor burns, and have a little blood there to be able to keep the offense going.
Well, it led to a wide-open 3, so great hustle and energy there, but that's a huge loss, though, right now for the Cardinals as, again, clearly their biggest player.
Yeah, hopefully he's okay and he's able to come back in the game because, like you said, the two big men with Heidelberg, that would be hard to stop without one of your big men if you're the Cardinals.
Now they're cleaning the floor there is, I don't think he even knew he was bleeding.
Yeah, he was ready to get back on defense,
No,
so he was ready to play.
I mean, you admire the energy and the passion, no doubt. You love to see that, but don't like to see injuries or anyone hit the floor that hard for that matter. As a scary incident there, that did not look good.
Yeah, so we're continuing to check on his status there as we have a 34-32 ball game here, so it's still a very close game for both teams here.
Otterbein still hanging around in this one, trailing by just 2 with a little over 4 minutes to go here in half number 1. Michael Schuler sets things back up. They get it inside Mike Mason. They go right into the paint. Handoff. Croft goes up. Ball deflected. Lost it out of bounds. Goes to the Cardinals. Good defense there. As Justin Carter will inbound. Heidelberg still going with that full court press here. Gabe Watson's got it. Back over to Carter. Carter not usually the team's primary ball handler, but he can handle it a bit when he has to. Corey Howard goes to work. Howard skips it over. Gabe Watson. Watson over to Carter. Carter thought about the three. Back over Watson. Watson swings it. Matt Hughes. Hughes tries to go to work. Good pump fake to get Mason in the air for the layup. Tie ball game. As Davey Hipp goes back. Michael Schuler in the corner. Schuler, good pass, good aggressive defense by Carter. Here comes a fast break. Carter goes up, layup is good, and Otterbein's now got the lead. Turning defense to offense there as give Justin Carter 7 in this one.
Yeah, the energy's definitely picked up here, as you've said, and you could tell by the scores the Cardinals have gone up by 2 here.
Back over to Croft. Croft gets it over to Hipp. Hipp inside to Mason. Croft swings it out. Schuler, three-point shot on the way. Way off. Rebound, Justin Carter. Cardinals getting some momentum here late in the first half. 3 minutes to go. 2-point lead. Kuntz swings it. Corey Howard, three-point shot on the way. Cannot get it to go, but Justin Carter, offensive rebound, goes up, and he's fouled. He'll have a chance for 2 at the line, and this is the most energetic we have seen the Cardinals play in quite some time.
Yeah, and you hate to see a big player of yours go down with an injury, but a lot of times the teams use that as an energy booster, and you can see that now here, yeah.
Absolutely. Carter goes to the line. The team's leading scorer with 7 in this one. This is his first trip to the line today. Carter's first free throw is up and good.
Yeah, I find it a little interesting that the Cardinals aren't putting any of their players here at the free throw line to kind of get a possible offensive rebound if Carter misses the free throw. They're back on defense to make sure that the Heidelberg doesn't score.
Another thing with Otterbein, too, they have kept Heidelberg off the line. Heidelberg's only got 1 attempt in this one, and they didn't even make it. Otterbein's done a very good job of staying out of foul trouble. I mean, both teams have, for that matter. There's just been 8 fouls here in this first half total.
Yeah, they've been very good defensively, as you said, and they've forced Heidelberg to take 7 turnovers here. So they've been able to run in transition on that and get some easy buckets.
Coach Buhai has seen enough, though, from the bench unit. Puts his starters back in as Benny kicks it out. Three-point shot on the way from Hanley is no good. Offensive rebound, though, by Myron Prewitt. Back outside, Kier Benny. He'll try his luck from 3. Will not go. Rebound, Matt Hughes. It's not the type of look that you want to give Kier Benny, though. As Gabe Watson goes inside, he skips it out. Corey Howard over to Michael Howard, who checks in the game for the first time, and he was bumped on the baseline as they're going to get Prince Benson with a foul. Michael Howard, the senior forward out of Lancaster.
Yeah, he's another player on this Cardinal offense that doesn't play a lot this season, so it's kind of interesting to see the Cardinals go deep into their bench and kind of tease out some different lineups here and see how it works out.
And the thing is, I think Coach Euler is just trying to find that one lineup that clicks. You know, he's tried multiple lineups this season. There have been a lot of guys who have gotten looks in the starting lineup, but he just hasn't been able to find that one lineup that's been really in sync. As Corey Howard, good hesitation move, gets to the bucket and scores as Corey Howard, that's his game, is driving to the bucket as he was tripped up, though, by his teammate Michael Howard. And it looks like James Hanley shuffled the shoes. They'll get him with a travel. Ball goes back to Otterbein.
Yeah, and Otterbein's on an 8-0 run right now, so you want to continue to push the tempo and put the pressure on Heidelberg going into halftime.
That's another thing. Heidelberg has put the pressure on Otterbein with their defense, but when Otterbein gets in transition, I think that's when they've been most effective.
Yeah, and it's kind of surprising because like we said earlier, they're not a very good transition team. They like to set up their offense like they're doing now, but they've made good decisions here, moving the ball, taking good shots, and
Kuntz gets it into Matt Hughes. Great spin move, great
nice
move on Mike Mason, and a nice fadeaway jump shot. 10-0 run now for the Cardinals as they hold a 42-34 lead with a minute and a half to go here in half number 1. Biggest lead of the game for Otterbein. Mike Mason's got it. Mason looking to set something up. Back outside Prewitt. Kier Benny tries his luck. 3-point shot on the way. It's no good. Rebound fought for, picked up by Gabe Watson. And you can feel the momentum starting to shift in Otterbein's way. Watson on the left side gets it over to Kuntz. Kuntz back to Matt Hughes. Hughes gets it over to Watson looking to set something up. Watson goes inside. Watson kicks it out. Ball picked up by Corey Howard. 12 on the shot clock now. Howard tries to go to work. In the corner. Goes right at Mike Mason. Can't get the layup to go. They kick it out, though. Offensive rebound by Matt Hughes. Watson, the floater, got it to go. A 10-point Otterbein advantage.
Yeah, one of the things that's kind of allowed them to...
And a steal by Michael Howard. They get it back over to Corey Howard.
Oh, you got to
40
run.
seconds to go here.
Got the
Half
advantage.
number 1, Nick Kuntz kicks it out. Michael Howard to Gabe Watson, and they'll reset the offense here. Corey Howard in the corner. Howard left side. 30 seconds to go. Shot clock at 15. Watson sets things up at the top. Watson, a screen from Matt Hughes. Watson tries his luck. Mid-range jumper, got it to go. A 12-point Otterbein advantage. They've got their foot on the gas right now. Chris Moxley left side. Heidelberg will hold for the last shot. They get it to their leading scorer, Kier Benny.
Yeah, you want to make sure you give them. Oh,
Benny throws a pass way out of bounds. I don't even think Yao Ming could have been able to catch that one.
That was not even close.
An awful pass by Benny gives Otterbein a chance for one more basket with 4 seconds left here in half number 1. This crowd is energetic as they've ever been. 46-34 advantage for the Cardinals. Corey Howard's got to go. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. He's one up, half court.
Oh.
Almost got it to go off the back rim.
It
and
looked
that
good.
is how the first half will end. The best basketball the Cardinals have played all season as they are leading the Heidelberg Student Princes 46-34 after 1. Zach, your thoughts so far?
Yeah, I have to agree. I haven't seen the Cardinals play with this much energy and this much passion at all this season. So I'm excited to see how they play in the second half.
We'll take a quick break here at the half. We'll come back. Can the Cardinals pick up their first win of the season here today? They certainly look like they are on pace to do just that again after one half. Score, Otterbein 46, Heidelberg 34.
Kindness matters.
Kindness matters because I think it makes us more of a global community, and especially at Otterbein, it makes us closer, and when we are closer, we learn better.
Kindness matters because it is what shapes a great university like Otterbein.
Kindness matters because teamwork makes the dream work.
Kindness matters because you never know what someone else is going through, and by taking time out of your day to do something special for someone else, you never know how much you can impact that individual.
Kindness matters because you never know who you can help.
My gift of kindness is working with St. Jude Children's Research Hospital to raise money and also awareness for the children so that their parents can focus on loving the children instead of having to worry about treatment, travel, and housing expenses.
My gift of kindness to Otterbein was being able to connect students from all different political backgrounds and ethnic relations together to have a great discussion on how we can move forward in our society.
My gift of kindness was serving families at the Ronald McDonald House and cooking them meals because they aren't in their home and they are somewhere that's unfamiliar to them.
My gift of kindness was serving as a mentor for young girls.
During my time at Otterbein, my gift of kindness was to find sponsors for the 5K fun run for Hunger Heroes.
My act of kindness to Otterbein was doing over 1,000 community service hours at my time at Otterbein throughout Westerville, Columbus, as well as the Otterbein community.
My gift of kindness was volunteering at Nationwide Children's Hospital, working with children battling different diseases.
Kindness matters because it's the future of our world, our nation, and our communities.
Kindness matters because it's important to make sure you're helping one another because they're your family in the end of the day.
Kindness matters to me because giving back is more rewarding than receiving.
Kindness matters because it's filled with hope. The kind act that you are doing will make that person feel that the world isn't always such a bad place to be in.
Kindness matters because it is within each and every one of us to be able to make connections with one another and to be able to progress our conversations about how we view the world and about how we would like to live.
Kindness matters because a simple act of kindness can change anyone's perspective on a situation.
And kindness matters because everybody has unique gifts, and one person's actions can change a community, and a community's actions can change the world.
I don't know of anything in this region that is like this.
This is the point, the exact location where education, industry, business research, and government are meeting. Not only is the point changing how students learn, it has the potential to distinguish this university and its long-standing partner, the city of Westerville. It also stands to serve as one of the most innovative and unique assets in the entrepreneurial ecosystem of Central Ohio.
There are a lot of innovation centers across the United States, either linked to universities or just independent. What we believe is really unique about this facility is that we've brought the community in, we've brought businesses in as tenants, and we've brought our academic programs all together, collaborating in one facility. And it's not necessarily entrepreneurship based or student startup based or student directed based. It's really about the collaboration and the partnership and the great things that we can create and develop with those partners all together working in the same facility.
This has been a dream come true for us, to be able to have a place to go where we have the capability, we have the facility and the equipment to do what we need to do to create solutions.
It will allow us to have an environment in which our engineering students here at Otterbein will work alongside of practicing engineers on projects for the companies who are resident in the center and with our industrial collaborators who bring projects to the center.
The work that is happening here will give students, corporations, businesses, and community partners new perspectives about how things can and should work. It will be a model example of all that collaboration can produce. The point is what happens when you have the right partners in the right position at the right time.
The vision and the execution is significantly bolder than what I frankly first understood and imagined. And as you know, coming in and seeing it for the first time, and then also being a resident here over the last several months, there's just a significant energy in this facility and in this at the point that gets me really excited. I think it's actually going to be one of the biggest things to happen, if you will, from a maker perspective, so in the hardware development here in Central Ohio.
At the point, we are integrating and applying classroom learning as students engage in industry projects from prototype development to capstone experiences to internships, working side by side with industry professionals. They will come to understand the process of moving idea generation and product design to the marketplace.
We've done as much as we can from an applied learning perspective. We're integrating design thinking and problem-based learning into all of our programs that are here, and really being able to offer the students an opportunity to go from the classroom into the lab, and then perhaps even then going one step further and going into a business partner to work in the afternoon. I think that gives our students this opportunity that you wouldn't get anywhere else.
What I really like about the program is the fact that they're integrating not only the theoretical work, but also the ability for the students to apply that theoretical knowledge in the labs. They seem to be able to complete projects, articulate those projects to an audience and explain how they came about, their logic, and demonstrate the designs and the different concepts that they put together.
This building has become physically transformed. But so has our partnership, so has education for the future. This is just going to be, I think, the best thing ever, and I'm so excited to see this as it progresses.
Just as Towers Hall has served as the iconic facility defining our past, the Point will serve as the physical manifestation of Otterbein's future. The future calls for experienced problem solvers and bold mindsets. The Point is where these leaders will learn differently. This is how higher education works in the 21st century at Otterbein.
there for Heidelberg right now. As Davey Hipp checks back into the game, and that urgency thing, direct reflection of Moxley in this one. He's yet to put up any points for the Student Princes in this one.
Yeah, and that's one of the surprises because he's one of the top 4 scorers for Heidelberg, averaging in double figures, just under 12 points a game. So you look to see him try to get some buckets here in the second half.
They get it inside to Prewitt. Prewitt back out to Davey Hipp. Hipp, three-point shot on the way, will not go. Offensive rebound, though, picked up by Prewitt, but he stepped on the line. Ball goes back to Otterbein. And it's good to see Otterbein just playing this well. I mean, this team clearly has the talent. You know, I see them all the time shooting around, and in practice, they have got guys who can make these shots, and they've got a lot of talent. But I just think it's just been a matter of gelling together with this young team this season, and this is clearly the best that they have looked all season long.
Yeah, like you said, it's just a matter of also getting experience as well because this is a young team, and you also got to find your rhythm, like you said, and you just got to hit open shots when you have them. So
absolutely. Nick Kuntz will inbound from the side here. He's out there with Corey Howard, Justin Carter, and Gabe Watson. Connor Clark manning the middle as well. Gabe Watson, left side. Watson tries to drive, floats one up with the right hand, in and out. Offensive rebound, though, picked up by Connor Clark. Clark will kick it out to Kuntz. Kuntz swings at Carter. Carter tries to go to work. Hop steps into the lane. Kuntz shovel pass inside to Connor Clark. It's an interesting looking pass there as Clark's shot is blocked by Benson. Did you see that? I didn't.
Yeah, I don't
sure what that was at first. A little bit of a shovel pass there.
Yeah, I don't even think Connor Clark was ready for that one.
As Myron Prewitt gets his first basket here in the second half. First basket for the Student Princes, for that matter. And he's hit with a reach-in foul on the other end on the full court press. As that's the first foul of the half here between the two squads as Nick Kuntz inbounds from the sideline, and you can see the frustration sort of building for Heidelberg right now. Obviously, they didn't think they would be in this position at this point in the game. They probably came into this one expecting to dominate against this Otterbein team, but so far, they've just been outplayed, out-hustled in all aspects of the game.
Yeah, and if you're the Cardinals, you want to keep taking advantage of that like this and force Heidelberg to make the bad decisions and keep your foot on the gas if you're Otterbein.
As James Hanley took it away from Connor Clark on his way up, but fell out of bounds. Gabe Watson will inbound from the baseline. 48-36 our score here. 18 minutes left to go in this ball game. Justin Carter's got it. Carter with 9 points in this one. Corey Howard back over to Connor Clark for the easy deuce. As Davey Hipp sets things back up for Heidelberg on the other side. James Hanley kicks into Prewitt. Prewitt goes up on Clark. Shot won't go. And there is a, I believe, an over-the-back foul. I think they're going to get Nick Kuntz with that one. But it's good to see the hustle, though. As Davey Hipp will inbound from the baseline for the Student Princes. They are down 14 here with 17:44 to go here in this ball game.
Yeah, and Otterbein still leads the rebounding category, 21-10 advantage here. So although there was a foul on that one, you love to see the energy and you love to see the passion to go and get the basketball in the defensive glass.
Hipp will inbound here, and looks like there's a push foul. It's going to be on Connor Clark. That's a second foul here on Clark, and the second for Otterbein here in half number 2. Davey Hipp inbounds. Prewitt's got it, covered by Justin Carter. Prewitt kicks out to Davey Hipp. Hipp called for a screen, lazy pass there, stolen by Corey Howard. Howard's just such a big spark plug on both ends of the floor. His quickness and his toughness. You know, he fears nobody. He's consistently driving to the basket despite the fact that he's only 5'10", as Nick Kuntz travels on the other end. Ball goes back to the Student Princes.
Yeah, there's times he'll have his shot blocked twice in a row when he's going into the basket, but you won't see him stop and take jump shots. He'll still continue to attack the glass, and he has that. He just has that mindset.
Absolutely. As say hi here to our baseline announcers here. As with about 17 and a half here in this ball game, Cardinals still holding on to a 50-36 advantage. As so far in this second half, neither team has really developed much of an offensive rhythm. There's been a lot of turnovers, a lot of sloppy play on both ends of the floor. offense is not flowing as free and easy as they did in half number 1.
Yeah, and like we said, Corey Howard has been one of those good defensive guys here in this game. He's got 2 steals now, as you just saw one here a few minutes ago that led to a basket here on the offensive side for the Cardinals.
Myron Prewitt inbounds. Davey Hipp will bring things up for the Student Princes, who trail by 14 with a little more than 17 to go here in the ballgame. Prewitt's got it left side covered by Justin Carter. Back over to Benson. Benson gets it over to Hipp. Hipp inbounds. Prewitt goes to work on Justin Carter, pulls up mid-range shot on the way, got it to go. As Myron Prewitt gets his 6 points of the game. Justin Carter gets it up to Nick Kuntz. Kuntz will slow things down. And I think Otterbein has been more effective offensively in this one when they try to push the tempo and try to beat that press and go right into a shot.
Yeah, you want to stay with what's made you successful. You don't want to get out of that, and that's what a lot of times Otterbein has done this season is as
Justin Carter misses a 3.
They kind of go against what they were successful for in the first half, and they just kind of go back to that half-court offense in the second half, and that's not what you want to look for in this game.
James Hanley drives and was fouled by Gabe Watson as Watson tried to go for the steal. And already 3 fouls here in the second half. Otterbein had just 4 in half number 1. Playing a lot more aggressively on the defensive end. Benson tries to go to work on Connor Clark. Benson, hook shot, hard to stop it, but couldn't get it to go. Connor Clark the rebound. And you'll live with that shot. Gabe Watson goes right side. Watson pressured by Benny. Justin Carter goes to work, drives on Benson. Spin move, goes up. Nice move by Justin Carter. And give him double digits in this one. That's 11 points now for Otterbein's leading scorer. Davey Hipp calling for motion, sets things up on the right side. Gets a screen from Benson. Howard goes over it. Tough defense there. Shot is blocked. Great defensive effort there by Corey Howard. He was having none of that. As Howard gets things back on offense, trying to set things up. Howard gets it over to Watson. Watson calls for something in the left corner. Watson back over to Justin Carter. Carter swings it to Kuntz. Kuntz right side. Back over to Carter. 13 on the shot clock now. Watson with it at the top. Back over to Carter. Covered by the smaller Hipp. Fires. Mid-range shot on the way. Won't go. Rebound fought for and picked up by Benson. Davey Hipp swings it over to Hanley. Hanley thought about the three-pointer. Passed up on it. Hipp gets it over to Benson. Benny goes inside, drives in, too easy. As Kier Benny gets his 4th bucket of this one. He's now got 10. Coach Euler will take a timeout here for the Cardinals. We've got 15 minutes to go in this ball game with Otterbein still in control. A 52-40 lead here over the Student Princes.
Yeah, and there was no help defense on that play from the Cardinals there. So once someone blows by their initial defender, you want to make sure another player is there to help on defense and kind of protect the basket there. And there was none of that there. So the lead is cut down to 12 here again, but you want to make sure that you don't let up off the gas and you make good decisions offensively, and you also play good defense and keep them out of the paint.
And you can't give as polished a scorer like Kier Benny easy looks like that. That's for sure.
Yeah, and that puts him in double figures now with 10 points. And the Cardinals, surprisingly, actually do have 2 players here in double figures with Nick Kuntz at 10 and Justin Carter at 11 points. So that's good to see if you're the Cardinals, and you want to, like I say, continue to push that tempo and make good decisions offensively.
And another thing, Corey Howard and Connor Clark have each pitched in very nicely as well. 7 points for Howard, 8 points for Clark. It's been a very balanced offensive attack in this one for Otterbein, and that's something that we have not seen that much of this season. As you mentioned already, they're only putting up about 67 points a contest this year, so they've struggled at times to get those shots to fall, get the offense in rhythm, in motion. But today, they've done a very good job of just that.
Yeah, and Corey Howard's been very good on defense this quarter alone. He's already got a steal and a block on a previous play here, and we're not even 5 minutes into this quarter. So he's not only doing it on offense, but he's also showing his leadership on defense as well. So that's good to see.
Heidelberg will inbound, Otterbein will inbound from their own baseline. Justin Carter gets things over. Corey Howard pressured by Hanley. Howard, I think, is definitely the team's best ball handler. I think he's the guy that you want trying to beat the press. And another thing, he's also a veteran. As Howard drives, and it's stolen by Hanley. Hanley will get things back.
Yeah, he definitely didn't take care of the ball on that one. But like you said, usually he is a very good ball handler.
Michael Davis has checked into the game for the Student Princes. Kier Benny takes a shot, mid-range, got it to go, and you can't give him open looks like that, as give Kier Benny 12 points in this one now on 5 of 9 shooting. And the pass as Watson nearly got it stolen by Benny, but was able to pick it up. Back over to Nick Kuntz. Kuntz to Carter. Carter thought about the three, but instead goes to work. Spin move, lost it, but he was fouled. Justin Carter, a very energetic and athletic player. He plays much bigger than his 6'3" size.
Yeah, he loves to hit that turnaround jumper as well, in about 15 feet away from the hoop. So haven't really seen him take a lot of those shots here today, but he's here at the free throw line with the Cardinals shooting 5 for 6 at the line today with 83%.
As Carter knocks down the first one. And again, like you said, given that he's only about 6'3", obviously not the biggest guy on the floor, but again, just a terrific athlete and can really hold his own with just about anybody down low. It's not just a matter of size, it's about the energy down low. And he's got a lot of quickness too, terrific set of post moves as well. As looks like they're cleaning something up here on the left side of the floor, not sure what it is.
Yeah, I think it might have been a little bit of sweat when I think Kier Benny slipped up on the previous play here.
I think he was laughing about that heading up the floor with his teammates, but hasn't been much to smile about though today for Heidelberg as they trail by 11 here. About 5 minutes into the second half, 14:25 to go in this one as Carter's second free throw is up and good. As the Student Princes look to get something going here as Paris Watkins checks into the game for the first time for the Student Princes, and he's got it now right side covered Corey Howard. He gets it inside to Prewitt. Prewitt tries to go to work. Hook shot on the way is good. As they inbound Cam Arminio, they get it back over to Gabe Watson. Student Princes still going with that full court press here. It's a 54-44 lead for Otterbein here. 14 minutes to go in this ball game. Watson dishes to Howard. Howard tries his luck at a three-pointer. Almost went down. Not that time. Paris Watkins bringing things up. They swing it back over to the right side, and looks like a foul is going to be called.
I think it's going to be on, looks like Justin Carter.
Yep, it's going to be Carter. That's his third.
Yeah, and like you said, the Cardinals only had a total of 4 fouls there in the first half, and we're not even halfway through this second half, and they've already got 4 here. So
a couple of silly push fouls too.
Yeah, and that's just a mind thing. You want to make sure that you don't do those silly fouls. You want to make sure you're forcing them to take tough shots, but not that way.
You can't let them get back in the game either. You cannot let this team get the momentum because offensively, as we've seen before, this team can really light you up in a hurry, Heidelberg, so you cannot let them, you can't afford to just give them free throws, give them easy baskets and get them back in their rhythm. As Cam Arminio, three-point shot on the way, will not go. It's a good look though. You'll take that look just about any possession.
Yeah, that was a wide open look. Just couldn't hit the shot, so.
Heidelberg goes back. And a foul and one. That is going to be Josh Dixon. The foul is going to be against Corey Howard as Heidelberg's got it back to single digits here, 54-56 with 13 left to go in this one.
Yeah, and this is one thing I said earlier is a lot of times the Cardinals this season is sometimes they may have a lead in the first half, but once the second half comes around, that experience just kind of catches up with them and they blow their leads. And as you see here, they were up by 12 at halftime and they were able to cut it to single digits now, so.
Dixon has an opportunity to make it a 7-point game, and he does. And I think another thing is mental lapses with this team. There are times where it just doesn't seem like they are fully into it on both ends of the floor. As Matt Hughes drives, the senior forward kicks it out to Michael Howard, and Michael Howard shuffled the shoes there. They'll get him with a traveling violation. Ball goes back to Heidelberg, and Otterbein's starting to lose some of that momentum here in the second half.
Yeah, and that turnover there, that's just another mental error that you just can't have if you want to win a game, especially when you're up. So you want to keep your foot on the gas, but you also don't want to make those little tiny detail errors that can cost you the game.
Heidelberg outscoring Otterbein 13-8 here in half number 2 as Paris Watkins tries to go to work. He kicks it back out to Dixon. Mike Mason calling for it down low, and they try to get it to him, but Gabe Watson with a terrific steal on a lazy entry pass there by Dixon.
Yeah, you want to make sure you take a good shot here and take care of the ball.
Otterbein needs a bucket here to keep that momentum going. Corey Howard gets it back over to Michael Howard. Gabe Watson sets things up at the top. He gets it to Matt Hughes. Hughes covered by Mason. Back over to Watson. Watson tries his luck. Three-pointer on the way. Caught nothing but air, but Cam Arminio hustles and grabs the offensive rebound. Still 3 on the shot clock, though. Got to put something up. Corey Howard, long-range three-pointer, will not go. Paris Watkins grabbing the rebound. He kicks it out to Michael Schuler. The freshman drives. Try to get it into Mike Mason. Matt Hughes, good effort there as he dives out of bounds. And there's that passion we're talking about, getting some of it back here.
Yeah, you definitely want to make sure that comes back because that's what gave you the lead in the first half. So you want to make sure you go back to that and you don't go in that stagnant offense like we talked about earlier.
Nick Kuntz checks back into the game for Corey Howard. 12:15 left to go in this ball game. Otterbein holding a 54-47 lead. Michael Schuler to inbound. Schuler gets it into Paris Watkins. Watkins back over to Schuler. Schuler over to Watkins. He's covered by Kuntz. Mike Mason again calling for it down low. He's fronted by Matt Hughes, but Mason goes right inside. And that 12-point halftime lead is now down to just 5 here with a little under 12 minutes to go.
Yeah, and once you allow him to get down that low into the paint, it's all over. It's too easy from there. You got to keep him out of the paint before he grabs the ball.
Otterbein just does not have the size to let him get that low into the paint. It's an easy basket every time once he gets position. As Hunter Dennison checking back into the game for Cam Arminio, or excuse me, Gabe Watson. As Dennison taking over at point guard now. Nick Kuntz will inbound from the side. They get it over to Hunter Dennison. Dennison's got it on the right side. Otterbein needing a basket here to get momentum back. Back over to Michael Howard.
They've only scored 8 points in this quarter, so they need this basket here.
Matt Hughes misses the jumper. Rebound, Kier Benny. Benny will push. Benny goes left. Pushes off. Fouled. And nope, that's an offensive foul. Led with the elbow on that one. They'll get you for that one every time. And that was a clear offensive foul on that one. You could blatantly see him push the arm right into the chest of Nick Kuntz.
Yeah, and it looks like the Cardinals are going to put Justin Carter back in the game to try to get some offense and spark that offense and put some points on the board here.
Carter leading all scorers in this one with 13 points. Nick Kuntz also has 10. As Matt Hughes, Hunter Dennison, and Cam Arminio also out there for the Cardinals. There's a lot of shooting in this lineup as Dennison tries to drive and is fouled. A push foul there going against Michael Schuler. And like you said before, as we advance further through this second half, can the Cardinals hold this lead? You know, because they've been in these types of situations before where they've had the lead, they've had the game in their hands, but they've just let it slip away.
Yeah, and that's the big question. One of those things you have to make sure you do is you stay with that energy you had in the first half and you take good shots like this here. That's a very good shot here.
Wide open shot, Nick Kuntz can't get it to go, though. Those are the ones you got to knock down.
Yeah, if you got it open, you got to make sure you knock it down because you're not going to get an easier shot than that.
Dixon skips it over Kier Benny. How about that reverse layup? Very fancy there with the left hand, and that's why he's their team's leading scorer. As it's now down to a 3-point game here, halfway through the second half, as this Otterbein crowd, they're getting behind their Cardinals here. They want to see them get that first victory of the season, and that will certainly not help. An offensive foul on Justin Carter, and Heidelberg now outscoring Otterbein 15-8 here in the second half. The momentum clearly on the Student Princess side right now.
Yeah, and it looks like Coach Euler doesn't agree with that. He's almost at half court, just still talking to the referee about that call.
And there's someone who's obviously very frustrated, just as much, if not more than the players, with the way this season has gone.
Yeah, and that's just, also this game. I mean, it's a 3-point game now, and you were up by 12 at halftime, so.
Their biggest lead was 14 here in the second half.
Yeah.
As it's quickly dwindled away now to just a 3-point edge as Josh Dixon sets things up. 3-point shot on the way. Kier Benny to tie, will not go. Ball fought for and picked up by Cam Arminio as Maurice Beavers was able to snag it away from Mike Mason. Hunter Dennison drives right side, pressured hard by Dixon. He gets it back over to Cam Arminio, the redshirt sophomore. Maurice Beavers on the left side. Beavers gets it back over to Kuntz. Kuntz back over to Arminio. Arminio gets a screen. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Got to make something happen here. Dennison 3-point shot on the way, will not go. And you start to see that shooting percentage starting to dwindle down a little bit for Otterbein. It was 55% the half, now down to just 45%.
Yeah, and like we said earlier, they're starting to do it already where they get into their stagnant offense and they take a bad shot at the end of the shot clock.
Bailey Croft, three-pointer to tie it. Again, will not go. Heidelberg's tried 2 consecutive threes to tie this thing up. Haven't been able to convert on either.
So you want to slow it down here and make sure you turn over here.
An easy turnover there.
Very easy
Benny,
basket.
fast break, wide open layup is good. And a 1-point game, and Coach Euler has seen enough. He calls a timeout. 9.5 to go here in this ball game. Heidelberg slowly coming back now. 54-53, Otterbein still in control. Can't be a very pleasant talk that Coach Euler has given his team right now. He's got to be frustrated with the way they've come out here in the second half after a very impressive first half.
Yeah, they're going back to their typical ways where they just kind of don't take care of the ball. They don't move the ball very well like they did in the first half, and they drain the shot clock and eventually have to take a very, very bad shot and when the shot clock expires.
And you notice after the first half, the Cardinals were shooting, I believe, 5 of 11 from 3. They have missed all 6 of their three-point attempts here in half number 2. And again, it's a big reason why this team is struggling as much as they are on offense.
Yeah, and basketball is the game of momentum. So in the first half, the momentum was strictly Otterbein, and that's why they were up by 12. And here in the second half, it's swayed to Heidelberg, and that's one of the things the halftime can do. It could either help the other team and allow them to push back into the game, or you can continue with your momentum and run up the score, and that's not what the Cardinals have done. They've allowed the momentum to shift to Heidelberg and allow the lead to dwindle down to 1 point here.
And a big thing, as you mentioned, there just hasn't been as much ball movement here in the second half. The offense has not been in any type of rhythm here. Again, just 8 points, and we're halfway through the second half of play. So we'll see if Otterbein can pick things up here, see if Coach Euler's talk will have any effect on this Cardinal team as they still hold on to a 1-point lead with a little over 9 minutes to go. Corey Howard, he's pressured, right side. He swings it back over to Hunter Dennison, who's also out there with Connor Clark, Maurice Beavers, and Nick Kuntz. 9 on the shot clock. Connor Clark posting up on Benson. Clark's got to go to work. 4 on the shot clock. Clark tries a left-handed hook and a much-needed basket there for the Cardinals as Connor Clark gets it to go. He's got 10 in this one along with 5 rebounds. On the other end, they get to Benson. Benson will go right at Connor Clark. Benson. Good defense by Clark. They get it to Kier Benny at the free throw line. He kicks it out. 3-point shot on the way. Michael Davis will not go. Rebound corralled by Kuntz. Those are the types of shots that you want Heidelberg to take, those contested threes. Good defense by the Cardinals. Corey Howard right side back over to Beavers. Beavers hands it off. Nick Kuntz, mid-range jumper. That is his shot right there. Count it. And a 5-point Otterbein lead as they've come out strong after the timeout.
Yeah, and that was a very nice motion offense there, just getting 3 players involved and off the pick and roll. So that was a very nice shot there.
Kier Benny tries to go to work. Benny, step back jumper. Will not go. Rebound, Corey Howard. Corrals it. And he'll set things up. 8 minutes to go now in this one. 58-53, Otterbein in control. Still looking for that first victory of the season. Howard covered by James Hanley. It gets inside to Beavers. Beavers goes up, and he was fouled. Almost lost control of his shoe there. He'll have an opportunity for 2 points at the line. Beavers will be taking his first trip there today. He's got 3 points and 2 rebounds off the bench.
Yeah, and this is going to be the Cardinals' 9th and 10th free throws here. So they're shooting just over 87%. So very good free throw shooting tonight, and I look for him to knock these down.
Got to take advantage of all your free opportunities as Beavers hits the first one. Make it 8 for 9 now as a team. As Myron Prewitt checks into the game, checks back in for the Student Princes. As they've got 4 starters out there along with Michael Davis. As Maurice Beavers gets his second free throw to go, and it's back to a 7-point lead. But you can't get comfortable though. Prewitt's got it, top of the key, gets it over to Benson. Benson on the right side. Benson back over to Michael Davis, thought about a 3, but didn't take it. Benson skips it over, pass stolen by Nick Kuntz. 2-on-1 now. Kuntz stops, hands it off, Connor Clark.
Nice
Clark
look.
layup will not go, and those are the ones you've got to knock down. If you're Otterbein, you want to keep your foot on the gas in this one. On the other end, Michael Davis, a 3-pointer, will not go. Offensive rebound is picked up, and looks like a reach-in foul was called on Otterbein.
Yeah, it looks
I
like
believe
all
they're going
ball
to
to
get Nick
me.
Kuntz with that one. And yeah, that was not a good call.
But yeah, back on the transition offense, like you were saying, you got to make sure you finish those ones. That was a two-on-two break there, so you got to make sure you finish the layup.
But an open look nonetheless.
Yeah.
As it's 1-1 now for Heidelberg, as Hanley's first free throw is good. Heidelberg's got 6 fouls against them as well, so both teams look like they'll be in the 1-1 here rather soon, as Gabe Watson checks back into the game for Hunter Dennison, as Watson will take over the point guard duties for most likely the rest of the game alongside Corey Howard.
Yeah, and the Cardinals only allowed Heidelberg to take 2 free throws in the first half, and Cardinals have already committed 7 fouls here in the second half, so
Be a big difference here.
Yeah, they're likely going to take a lot more free throws here in the second half, so.
Heidelberg not much better at free throw shooting than the Cardinals, only about a 71% team at the line, as Nick Kuntz gets it back over to Gabe Watson. I think on that play, if you're Nick Kuntz, you got to just advance the ball up the floor rather than give it back, as Kuntz nearly got it stripped in the corner, gets it back over to Gabe Watson. A little over 7 minutes to go now. Beavers, top of the key, back over to Kuntz. Kuntz thought about a 3, instead drove, and he was pushed. Foul goes on Michael Davis. As the Cardinals, that will send the Cardinals to the line. Both teams now in the 1-1, and Nick Kuntz taking his first trip to the line today. He's had an impressive afternoon, 12 points on 5 of 8 shooting.
Yeah, and like you said, both these teams are pretty average at the free throw line, shooting about 71% on the season, and so it's good to see the Cardinals take advantage of their shots here on the free throw line.
As Kuntz knocks it down, and again, when you are a team that has yet to win a game this season, you have to do anything. The first thing you got to do is you got to take care of all the simple things, and it starts at the free throw line. I mean, they're freebies for a reason. As Kuntz's second free throw is up and good. Give the Cardinals a 7-point advantage now, 62-55 with 7 minutes to go.
Yeah, if you're looking for your first win, like you said, you have to take advantage of every opportunity that you're given, and free throws and taking care of the ball are just 2 of those.
Josh Dixon drives baseline, goes up, is fouled. Count it. He'll have an opportunity for 1 more at the line, as I believe they're going to get Nick Kuntz with a foul. As Josh Dixon will have an opportunity for his second and 1 of the afternoon, as he now has 5. At the line this season, Dixon just 11 attempts before today, 63%er. 62-57 our score here as Dixon's and 1 free throws up, can't convert it. Rebound fought for, miscommunication by the Cardinals on that one, as Clark and Beavers both let it deflect right into the hands of Benson for the easy layup. And again, another silly mistake there by Otterbein.
Yeah, another one of those mental errors that you just can't have if you're looking to win a game.
Corey Howard left side. As Heidelberg getting a 4-point play on that last possession, as Corey Howard is fouled on the drive as Michael Davis gets hit with the foul. And again, Corey Howard is just fearless and relentless when driving to the basket. He knows that Michael Davis does not have the quickness to keep up with him, so good recognition there by Howard to get to the basket.
Yeah, he doesn't care who's in front of him. He's going to attack the basket every single time, and he's
Absolutely.
either going to draw the foul or look for the open man, and he's taking care of the ball today, and he's a very, very good player today.
Howard will head to the line for a 1-and-1 opportunity. I believe it's 1-and-1, as I think they got Michael Davis on the floor, not a shooting foul. So Howard going to the line. Howard is up. Free throw is good. And well, it's a 1-and-1, guys. Not sure what Heidelberg was doing there. All their guys ran back for the first free throw. Some of them, I think, thought might have went out. I mean, it's a tough call. Tough to judge on that one.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to go in and out, but luckily it fell.
Second free throw for Corey Howard is up. This one is also good. 64-59 our score, as Otterbein now shooting an impressive 92% from the line. As, oh, looks like James Hanley lost out of bounds. And how about the passion on Corey Howard's face there? A terrific defensive play, as Otterbein will get it back.
Yeah, and the Cardinals are starting to bring back that intensity that they had in the first half, and they're starting to build their lead back up because of it.
And I got to ask you, Zach, in crunch time here, well, I shouldn't say it's necessarily crunch time just yet, but as the game winds down, who do you think Otterbein will go to as sort of the go-to guy here to try to end this one?
Well, I think Justin Carter and Corey Howard have to kind of be that 1-2 punch there because they've both been kind of carrying the offense here, and they're at least use them as a decoy.
And how about Corey Howard shaking big drive to the basket. The senior putting on a display.
And this fan base is finally starting to get back into the game here. As you can see, this game is dwindling down.
Absolutely. 11 points now for Howard on the other end. Baby hook shot is good. And a little bit of trash talk there from Paris Watkins, the freshman, trying to keep that energy going for the Student Princes as Maurice Beavers sets things back up. Beavers gets it over to Nick Kuntz. Kuntz back over to Watson. Watson finds Connor Clark. Clark back cut. Easy layup. Corey Howard is good.
Too easy on that one.
68-61. Terrific ball movement by Otterbein in that offense. Starting to find its rhythm again here in the second half, just in time. 3-point shot on the way for the Student Princes will not go. Rebound fought for, picked up by Kuntz, and this crowd is loving it. And you can see the passion in the arena now. Haven't felt this way in a while as these fans can feel a win. Kuntz, 3-point shot on the way. In and out, but Maurice Beavers, the putback layup is good. This crowd is loving it. 70-61 our score now. Otterbein in control. Paris Watkins goes up. Quick answer on the other end and a much needed answer. And how about the animation on Coach Euler? He is loving it.
Yeah, not only the fan base, but also you can see the bench where he's getting into that after that rebound putback there by the Cardinals. It was very exciting here in the second half.
A little bit of anger, too, on behalf of Euler there.
Yeah, a little upset that they didn't get back in transition defense, and they allowed Heidelberg to...
A little bit too much celebration.
Yep, allowed them to get that easy basket, and he's kind of trying to instill that mindset of you can't let up here. You're still only up by 7. This is what they've done all season, where they've allowed teams to come back because of that inexperience, and he doesn't want that to still happen here.
And again, that's a big key for the Cardinals. You think it'd be easy for any team, but basketball's a 40-minute game, and you got to keep up that energy and passion all 40 minutes if you want to get a victory. And there have been times this season where Otterbein has not been able to keep that intensity going, like you said, and then they fall behind or they lose their lead. And before you know it, the game's over, and you weren't able to come away with a victory. And you look back at those maybe 5-6 minute stretches where you just weren't in it from a mental perspective, and that's obviously an Achilles heel in any game.
Yeah, and I like that you said that because the winner of any game goes to the team that plays through the full 40 minutes.
As Corey Howard, pressured hard by Hanley. Howard tries to go to work. Great nice pass to Connor Clark. Layup will not go. Wanted a foul on that one, didn't get it. Paris Watkins goes to work. Back outside, Kier Benny, three-pointer, wide open, will not go. And an over-the-back foul on Mike Mason as he knocked Connor Clark to the ground. Mason trying to use his size there for the rebounds, but didn't use it correctly as he straight up pushed Clark to the ground. And that's going to send Connor Clark to the line here with a one-on-one opportunity. How about the energy that Connor Clark has put on display here today? And you'd expect nothing less out of the upperclassmen.
Yeah, he's getting beat up tonight, but he's got a banged up eye and he just got pushed on the floor there. But you love the energy because it's just bringing a different passion to the team here today. And they've been able to get out and run on offense because of his rebounding, and just his intensity has kind of gone out to the rest of the team and kind of spread.
And again, he's clapping and yelling. He's animated. You can tell out of anybody, he definitely wants it. Definitely wants a win in this one as they're going to go. Looks like they're going to go wipe up some sweat over there on the baseline. And again, Clark with 10 points and 5 rebounds in this one, but I think his effect goes far beyond the stat sheet in this one. I think he's motivated the rest of his team here today with his passion and energy, and that's something that you like to see from the upperclassmen on the team. And while there aren't a lot of them, you know, the ones who are upperclassmen, you got to motivate those underclassmen to keep going, to fight through, to want it.
Yeah, he doesn't want to end his senior season going without a win. So he really wants to get at least one win here and kind of inspire these young guys to push on into next season as well and continue to carry the torch.
Connor Clark goes perfect 2 for 2 at the free throw line, giving the Cardinals a 9-point lead with 4.5 to go. They try to get it into Mike Mason, and they do. Mason goes inside. Baby hook, no, but a foul called on Connor Clark as he wrapped around his arm there.
Yeah, Connor Clark's done a pretty well job of managing Mike Mason here tonight, but on that one, he allowed him to get too far into the paint before he touched the ball, and at that point, it was just too little, too late. Nothing you could do. He's just too big and down inside.
And again, we talked about that earlier, is keeping Mike Mason out of the paint. Well, I mean, it's no easy task, much easier said than done as Mason misses his first free throw. But again, you cannot let him get that position. Otherwise, it's just too easy. It's an easy bucket every time. Otherwise, you have to foul him.
Yeah, you got to force him out of the paint before the ball gets inside, and if not, you either got to bring the double team and hope he takes a bad shot, or foul him and put him at the line and hope he misses the shots.
Mason goes 1 of 2 at the line, 72-64 score here as the game dwindles down. Just 4 minutes left as the Cardinals can feel that first victory looming, but can they close it out here? They certainly have the momentum. Heidelberg's back against the wall now as Corey Howard drives. Finger roll will not go. Ball fought for and picked up by Heidelberg. They'll push it in transition as Paris Watkins picks it up after a sloppy display there. Heidelberg's got to get something going. They can feel it. You got to feel like they're going to go to Kier Benny, their best player, to try to get some offense. Paris Watkins stolen from behind by Beavers. Connor Clark picks it up, and Otterbein will slow it down here as they try to chew some time off this clock with 8 minutes to go.
Yeah, up by 8. You definitely want to drain some clock.
The one thing, though, you still got to play to win, though, and not to lose. You can't play too conservative. Still got to get those those good looks as Gabe Watson goes up and he is fouled.
Yeah, like you said, you want to drain some clock, but you also want to make sure you take a good shot and you don't rush and take a bad shot because you think the game's over. Because, like we said, basketball is 40 minutes here, so you got to make sure you continue to play throughout the entire 40 minutes if you want to win the ball game.
Especially here in crunch time as Otterbein now in the double bonus. Gabe Watson will get 2 free throws here. First free throw up from Watson is good.
And it looks like we got Justin Carter coming in the game to finish it up. And
right on time.
Yeah, so he's the leading scorer tonight, and they'll probably go to him quite often here.
Kuntz has 14. Carter and Corey Howard each have 13, and Connor Clark has 12. It's been an impressive day for the Otterbein starters as Gabe Watson knocks down both free throws, and Otterbein's now got a 10-point lead with 3.5 to go. Will Otterbein be able to hold it and get that first victory of the season? It certainly looks like it, but we'll see how it pans out. Kier Benny, 3-point shot on the way. Shot is way off. It's deflected out of bounds. I believe it went off Connor Clark, and they'll say it stays with Heidelberg, and this crowd obviously not liking that one.
Yeah, the crowd disagrees, but I think that did go off Connor Clark's shoulder there. But
I do as well.
Got to play some good defense and lock him down here.
Paris Watkins, the freshman, to inbound. They get it into James Hanley. Hanley's got it now on the right side. Lazy entry pass stolen by Corey Howard, and the senior stepping up, taking initiative here on both ends of the floor as he wants this game as bad as anybody. Watson swings it over to Kuntz on the left side. Kuntz back over to Watson. Watson finds Connor Clark. Clark back outside Watson. Watson putting the handles on display here, drives. Floater in the lane, no good. Rebound Mike Mason. Again, not the ideal look there, a contested fadeaway. As Kier Benny hands off Mike Mason. Mason tries to go to work, nearly stolen by Watson. Back outside, Hanley. Hanley back over to Benny, 2.5 to go now. Otterbein up 74-64.
Coming up on 10 seconds here on the shot clock.
As this crowd getting behind their Cardinal defense. Benny kicks it out.
Oh, no.
Wide open 3-point shot on the way. Paris Watkins will not go. It's rebounded by Gabe Watson. And this crowd can feel it getting closer and closer, and so can the players and coaches. Justin Carter hands it off to Kuntz. Kuntz, the Cardinals' leading scorer with 14 in this one. Watson hands it off to Corey Howard. 12 on the shot clock. Howard hesitates, goes inside. He's fouled hard by Mike Mason, and he'll have a chance for 2 at the line as Corey Howard getting animated with his teammates, and these fans are loving it. Corey Howard again with 13 in this one. He's 2 of 2 at the line, 5 of 12 shooting overall. A chance to make it his 14th and 15th points here at the line. First one is up and good.
Yeah, and the Cardinals have a total of 4 players tonight in double figures, so you haven't seen that at all this season. So that's been one of the factors that's kind of led to them to be able to have this 75-64 advantage and hopefully come out and win the game.
It's nice to see that balanced offensive attack on display as Howard can't get the second free throw to go, and this is the most positive and energetic I think we've seen this team and its fans all season long. They can feel sort of a sense of relief here. You know, finally, this is how things should be.
Yeah, it's almost like viewing a different team here, so hopefully they'll be able to keep this up throughout the rest of the season and looking to a positive look next season as well. So
As a quick Otterbein foul on the other end, as Heidelberg now in the double bonus, and that will send Kier Benny, the game's leading scorer, with 16 to the line for the first time. And again, Heidelberg, here's a big difference in this one, free throws. 7 attempts for Heidelberg, 20 for Otterbein. Otterbein's been able to make 18 of their 20 freebies today, and that's been a huge key.
Yeah, especially when you only average 71% at the free throw line during the season. So that's a big jump to be able to go from 71 to 90 in this game. And like you said, that's been a huge boost here in this ball game.
And again, that's the difference between a 10-point lead and potentially a 2 or 3 point lead. You know, just being able to knock down the freebies. It sounds simple, but a lot of teams can't do it. As Benny's second free throw is up and good. He knocks both of them down to make it a 9-point deficit. Heidelberg will, as expected, go with a full court press here. Carter inbounds to Kuntz, and not a great foul there by Dixon as he tried to over-anticipate the pass and push Kuntz there, and that'll send him to the line. And I think that's just a matter of, again, Heidelberg just being frustrated at this point. You know, they're trying to force their way back into this one with that full court press, that pressure defense, and just hasn't been working here in the second half.
Yeah, I don't think they really expected to be down here at the end of the game, and so they're kind of trying to get it all at once, and kind of made the bad call there and put the Cardinals here at the free throw line.
And on the other end, you got to knock down that free throw as Kuntz misses. That's just the third miss today as a team for the Cardinals. Kuntz now 2 of 3 on the line today, 14 points, 5 rebounds, but he also has 4 fouls. Same thing with Justin Carter, and that's another thing here. Kuntz and Carter with 4 fouls. Those are your 2 leading scorers on the afternoon as Kuntz missed them both. As Heidelberg gets it back now, trying to make something happen here. Kier Benny. Benny tries to go to work. Benny kicks it back out. Tough shot up on the way for the Student Princes. Will not go as they tried to force things. That was Hewitt.
Yeah, that's definitely the shot you want them to take if you're the Cardinals. Nice contested kind of layup there, a little free.
Corey Howard shakes and bakes here, and he will reset it. And again, that's a smart move there by the veteran, the senior Corey Howard, just resetting things instead of forcing into a quick shot. Kuntz kicks it back out to Connor Clark. Clark back over to Carter. Just 5 on the shot clock. Got to make something happen. Carter, step back, 3-pointer on the way, will not go. Rebound is corralled by the Student Princes, and they'll push it.
Yeah, and if you're the Cardinals, you're in the bonus in that one, so I would have liked to have seen them attack.
3-point shot on the way for Hanley is good. That cuts the lead to just 6. And Coach Euler decides to take a timeout. Less than a minute to go here. Can the Cardinals hold on for that first victory of the season? We will find out here shortly. 75-69 our score. Otterbein in control.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that shot by Justin Carter. That was kind of like a fadeaway 3 there almost.
A little bit of a heat check.
Yeah, and you've got 10 fouls here on Heidelberg, so you want to make sure you attack the glass there and draw the foul. And because of that bad shot, Heidelberg was able to go and take a non-contested 3 in the corner and knock it down and make it a 6-point ball game with under a minute to go. So it's still a ball game. You just want to make sure you don't let up if you're the Cardinals.
We'll see how both teams approach this final minute here, as you'd like to think that Heidelberg is they're definitely going to start fouling here, try to get that momentum back and try to force their way into a comeback. We've seen crazier things happen, but obviously Otterbein, you just got to put your foot on the gas here in the final minute. A big key obviously will be to knock down free throws, as Heidelberg will definitely be looking to foul here in this final minute.
Yeah, they're definitely going to continue with that press, and they're going to attempt to get a steal within the first couple of seconds. And if they don't, like you said, they're likely going to foul and put the Cardinals at the free throw, and got to make sure you hit the shots.
Hasn't been much of an issue for the Cardinals today. Still shooting a very good 81% at the line, 18 of 22. They definitely have the advantage in that department, and that's why they have the advantage on the scoreboard too. Justin Carter out there with Gabe Watson, Connor Clark, Corey Howard, and Nick Kuntz, the starters on the floor for the Cardinals. Carter to inbound. Heidelberg again going with the press. Gabe Watson trapped underneath his own basket. Watson calling for some help, gets it up to Corey Howard. Howard.
Oh, you got to find Connor Clark down low.
Howard
there.
is met by 2. Connor Clark is wide open. It's a jump ball, and the ball stays with Otterbein. But like you said, Connor Clark was wide open underneath the basket for an easy layup.
Got to keep your eyes up.
If you're Watson or Howard, you got to be able to find him. As another timeout here taken by the Cardinals, and didn't look like Brian Euler was very happy about not finding Clark either. It's just a matter of being able to execute the simple plays, especially in crunch time.
Yeah, it's kind of like what we said earlier, is you got to make sure you take advantage of every opportunity you got, and that was one of them where you could have had an easy basket down low and make this an 8-point game with just under 50 seconds to go.
Again, 75-69 our score here. 48 seconds left to go in this ball game as Otterbein looks to pick up their first win on the year against a Heidelberg team that came in 8-10, 4-7 in the OAC. And again, Heidelberg probably not having the season that they envisioned, as they are right above Otterbein in the OAC standings, and this win certainly would not help their cause. It would be a huge morale boost for Otterbein. I think once you get that first win, it's like a weight is lifted off your shoulders a little bit. You just feel a huge sense of relief.
Yeah, at that point, kind of like you said, it's no longer kind of a us against the world type of thing, and it's kind of just we can go out and play our game and kind of just let it flow. And so it's kind of exciting to see. Hopefully they get this win and they're able to play like that the rest of the season and take that positive aspect.
Big momentum shift, that's for sure.
Without a doubt.
Nick Kuntz will inbound to Corey Howard. They get it back over to Watson. Heidelberg still going with a full court. And again, Connor Clark was wide open. They just missed him.
Again,
and they get it back into Clark, and
Easy
there it
basket.
is. Easy bunny there. And that could be the dagger for this one. 8-point lead now for the Cardinals with just over 30 to go. Benny drops it off. Prewitt, and he traveled. Yes. It goes back to the Cardinals.
Looks like that's going to seal it there.
That could very easily seal the deal, barring a...
You got to make sure you take care of the ball, though, yeah.
Yeah, still got to play out these last 30 seconds, but again...
As long as you do that, the win is yours.
And there you go, fast break to Nick Kuntz. And Kuntz set a layup. He will get it back to the top. Gabe Watson back over to Kuntz, and a foul on Gabe Watson. That will send him to the line, and you can feel it here in the Rike Center as they've got this game right in their grasp.
Yeah, and it looked like Kuntz wanted to take that all the way, but you could see Coach Euler, he was fired up. He wanted them to pull it out.
He let him know repeatedly. He let him know very well that that would not be the best move, as Watson at the line, first free throw up and good to make it a 9-point Otterbein lead. And you can feel it here in the Rike Center with the crowd and the players.
In and out.
20 seconds left to go in this one. Benny drives, layup is no good. Connor Clark the rebound.
That's going to do it.
And I think that's going to do it. Nick Kuntz brings it up past half court, and the crowd is loving it. Otterbein will pick up their first victory of the season. 78-69 our score. This is definitely the most energetic and passionate we have seen the Rike Center in quite some time. A much-needed victory for the Otterbein Cardinals as they came out today with a great sense of passion and energy as they pick up the upset victory over the Student Princes of Heidelberg. The final score, 78-69 in favor of the Cards.
Yeah, and like you said, the Cardinals are very energetic after that, and they were excited to get this win. And I haven't seen this fan base this excited in a very long time, so that was very, very cool.
A much-needed victory today for the Cardinals. As I think this is the first time their talent was truly on display, and the first time they really played like a team, you know?
Yeah, they shared the ball very well in the first half, and they came out with so much energy that they were able to build up quite a lead in that first half, and they didn't let up in that first half, and they allowed them to come back a little bit in the second half, but they kind of went back to what made them the lead in the first half, and they were able to pull out the victory, so it was exciting to watch.
As we take a look at our post-game stats in this one, again, the final score, Otterbein 78-69. Heidelberg shot 51% from the floor compared to 46% for Otterbein. Neither team really shot the ball that effectively from three. 5 or 20 from Heidelberg, 5 of 19 for Otterbein. Otterbein holding a pretty distinct advantage at the free throw line, 79% to 66%. Otterbein also out-rebounded Heidelberg 34-30 and turned the ball over 8 less times. 12 for the Cardinals, 20 for the Student Princes. Leading scorers in this one, first for the visiting Student Princes, Kier Benny, 18 points on 7 of 16 shooting. James Hanley and Prince Benson, the other two double-digit scorers for the Student Princes, each putting up 10 points. And for Otterbein, a very solid and balanced attack today on the offensive end. 3 different Cardinals with 14 points in this one. Corey Howard, Nick Kuntz, and Connor Clark. Clark finished this one with 14 points and 6 rebounds. Kuntz 14 points and 5 rebounds, and Corey Howard 14 points with 4 rebounds. Gabe Watson also had 8 points, and Justin Carter with 13 in this one. 6 off the bench for Matt Hughes, 7 off the bench for Maurice Beavers.
Yeah, one of the things that kind of surprised me in the first half that allowed the Cardinals to get out in that big lead was the rebounding advantage. They were able to box out the two big men from Heidelberg and come out with a big rebounding advantage in that first half. And even at the end of the game, they were able to have an advantage of 34-30 in the rebounding category. So the Cardinals overall just played a very well game, very well balanced, and they came out with a lot of energy. They shared the ball, and they took care of the ball and took good shots.
And that should just about wrap things up here from the Rike Center. It's a good day to be a Cardinal as the Cardinals pick up their first victory of the season over the Heidelberg Student Princes. Once again, our final score here from Westerville, 78-69. The Cardinals pick up the W. Brandon Monty here alongside Zach Bird saying so long, OTV viewers. Thanks for watching, and go Cards.